What's up, everybody? It's TJ Morris, founder and CEO of RefugeMedical.com. Today, we're going to talk about rucking and the RefugeRuckus.com. What is the Refuge Ruckus? It is a 5K ruck march through downtown Fort Smith, Arkansas, March 8th through 10th, 2024. You can, of course, go to RefugeRuckus.com for more details, to sign up, to ask your questions, etc., etc. And what we're going to do, this is a 3-day event. Friday, we're going to have a number of speakers and presenters and workshops and classes, as well as a number of vendors at the Fort Smith Convention Center. Saturday, we're going to read the Bible. We're going to have worship music. We're going to hang out. Sunday morning, we're going to step off and do a 5K through downtown Fort Smith, Arkansas, to raise awareness and funds for Kaleb House, Kaleb with a K, kalebhouse.org. Kaleb House is one of our 2 ministries. We rescue and rehabilitate juvenile human trafficking survivors. This is the only event that we're aware of in the country thus far that is specifically designed to wave a middle finger at people who are hurting our children. It's not a movie, it's not a cool Instagram post, it's not really about awareness, it's about raising the funds to continue to build our restoration facility. We've got a couple dozen people ages 1 to 19 in our care right now that we're currently taking care of that have had horrific things done to them, that have been rented out, sold like cattle. And 90% of all the funds in the United States year over year that are raised for anti-human trafficking go to awareness. The other 10% goes to rescue. Rescue is good. Awareness is good. 0% go to restoration. We have to put people back together again so that A, we can forsake not the widow and the orphan, and B, break these generational curses. Because victims become victimizers without some sort of intervention. Statistically, each victimizer is responsible for 82 victims. Not 82 offenses, 82 victims. And so if they are above the age of accountability, they need to be locked up far away from the rest of us so that they're no longer a menace to society. But if they are below the age of accountability, we're biblically commanded to restore them, to forsake not the widow and the orphan. And so Refuge Ruckus is exactly that. We're going to go and make a joyous noise. We're going to throw our rucksacks on and we're going to march through downtown Fort Smith, Arkansas, March 8th through 10th to raise funds for Kaleb House. Because there are very, very few organizations that are actually doing the work of restoration. So, you're going to come to the ruckus. What do you need to bring? I would recommend a notebook and pen for the classes and the workshops. You might bring your wallet with you for some of the vendors. Then on Sunday morning when we march, you need a good pair of boots, footwear, whatever you're into, whatever works for you. I would recommend they're broken in before you come. I also like a 2-inch fabric tape for the bottoms of my feet rather than moleskin. So if I'm starting to develop hot spots or blisters, I put 2-inch fabric tape, medical tape, across the bottoms of my feet rather than moleskin. It's much thinner, works better for me. You can, of course, find that at RefugeMedical.com or go to your local pharmacy or drugstore and pick some up. Good socks, obviously. I like Covert Threads, awesome company, but whatever floats your boat, right? And then a rucksack. And there are multiple different categories on your rucksack depending on what weight you want to carry. If you want to push a stroller, congratulations, you're a mother rucker. If you want to participate but you can't come to Fort Smith, you're a remote rucker. Details for all of that at RefugeRuckus.com. If you'd like to sponsor the event, we have lots of openings for sponsors. You can contact events@kalebhouse.org or just go to the website, RefugeRuckus.com. Now my rucksack is currently shown wet weight is 63.8 pounds. So just shy of 64 pounds. This is a 5'11 Rush 100. I have over 500 miles of practice, rucking, exercise. With this, I like it a lot. It's been to the high mountains on training. It's participated in multiple dozens of training events, and I find it to be very comfortable. It's not a recommendation for you, but I like it, and I have a lot of different rucksacks. Whatever you can bring for a ruck, bring it. We will have a dump trailer filled with rocks that if you're a little light, we're gonna weigh your ruck before we start and we'll get you up to speed. We'll step off and we'll march. And the idea here is that as you're marching, you have people who have sponsored you so much per mile or so much for the whole event. And you come out and you complete the event. We collect those funds and we put it towards actually restoring juvenile human trafficking survivors. We put it towards funding people on our teams who are actually making a difference in this fight against human trafficking, actually restoring the children. There are a lot of organizations out there that talk about this stuff. There are very few that do it. And nobody on our teams is getting paid a whole bunch of money to do it. We have a couple people on payroll from an administrative standpoint. They don't make a whole hell of a lot of money. Everybody else is volunteer. It's all volunteer, and we're supported by y'all. We don't take a dime of funding from the federal government. We don't take a dime of funding from private institutions or foundations. We're 100% supported by y'all, which means we get to do the Father's work, not the work of some government bureaucracy. And our impact is a lot more than making some social media posts. Dozens of people rescued. Dozens of people in the process of being restored. And we can't do that without y'all. So thank you. Check out kalebhouse.org, Kaleb with a K, kalebhouse.org, or refugeruckus.com. I hope to see y'all there. Bless y'all. Shalom.